Hi, welcome to my video on geometric sequence part 1. This video will be about the definition of a geometric sequence. Geometric sequence. In a sequence, the terms are denoted as T1, T2, T3, T4. And this is true for an arithmetic sequence that we discussed in the previous videos. But notice now that we could look at it as this is T1 and T2 is T1 plus 1, T3 is T2 plus 1, T4 is T3 plus 1. So notice this is T1, so this one is 1, which is T1 plus 1. This is T2, so T3 is T2, which is 2 plus 1. And T4 is T3 plus 1. So that means if we call this N, then we can call the next ones N plus 1. So if this is T2, this is 2 plus 1 is 3. If this is T3, then this is 3 plus 1 is 4. So that's the notation we're going to use. The ratio of any two successive terms can be written as Tn plus 1 over Tn. A ratio. A ratio is the division of two numbers. The ratio of 2 to 3. The ratio of 5 to 10 is a half. The ratios is one number divided by another. The definition of a geometric sequence is a sequence that has a constant ratio between any two successive terms. And that ratio, we can say ratio, spell it out, denoted by the letter R, is Tn plus 1 divided by Tn. That's the ratio. Ratio is the division of two numbers. Let's do some examples to explain what a geometric sequence is. So if we take the ratio of T2 and divide it by T1, we're getting this is T1, this is T2, this is T3, this is T4. So T2 is 2, T1 is 1, so the ratio is 2. And the ratio of T3 divided by T1, T3 is 4. Oh, that's a 2 there. T2 is 2, 4 divided by 2 is 2. And another ratio, T4 over T3. T4 is 8, divided by T3 is 4. So the ratio, we can spell it like that, is 2. Or we can say R is 2, knowing that R is standing for ratio. It's a constant ratio. And in this sequence, 60, 30, but you notice that 1, 2, 4, 8, notice the ratio is 2. So if you take the 1 and multiply by 2, you get 2. Take the 2 and multiply by 2, you get 4. Take the 4 and multiply by 2, you get 8. So this sequence, each successive term is the product of the previous term and 2. Let's look at this sequence. So the ratio of T2 to T1. Again, this is T1, T2, T3, T4. So T2 is 30. T1 is 60, and 30 over 60 is 1/2. And the ratio of T3 divided by T2, T3 is 15. 15 divided by T2, which is 30. So 15 over 30 is 1 over 2. 15 goes into both of them. 15 to 15 goes once. 15 into 30 goes 2. And another ratio, T4 over T3. T4 is 7.5, and T3 is 15, and you can see that you can divide this out, but you got decimals. And if you want to multiply, one way to do it is to multiply by 10, so you get 75 over 150, and you can see the ratio is 1 to 2. 7.5 is a half of 15, so the ratio is 2. So that means the ratio is 1/2. So R is 1/2, making it an arithmetic sequence. So a geometric sequence. An arithmetic sequence got a level 1 difference when we subtract. Quadratic sequence got a level 2 difference when we subtract the second from the first, etc., third from the second. But a geometric sequence is a ratio. So if you want to pause your video and work these out, be my guest, but here we go. Practice, find the ratio of each. So that's R is 5 over 1, which is 5. So that's T2 over T1. R is T3, which is 25, over T2, which is 5. And R is 125, which is the fourth term over the third term. And that's a 5. So the ratio is 5. That means that if you take this term and multiply by 5, you get 5. Take 5 and multiply by 5, you get 25. Take 5 and multiply by 25, you get 125. So the ratio is 5. So it's a we call it a geometric sequence. Now we have a ratio of 54 divided by 81. Now we got to reduce this down. So we can see they're not even. So notice the digits adds up to be a 9. So that means this number is divisible by 3. This adds up to be 9, so it's divisible by 3. So if I divide 3 into 54, I will get 18. 3 into 81 is 27. And again, I can see that they add up to 9 again, so it's divisible by 3. So 3 into 18 goes 6. 3 into 27 goes 9. And again, it's divisible by 3. 3 into 6 goes 2. 3 into 9 goes 3. So that becomes 2/3. And the ratio is T3, which is 36, divided by 54. And right now they're even, so I can divide by 2, 18, and 27. And 18 over 27, we already have it here, so that becomes 2 over 3. And if you want, you can divide by 9. You can 9 into 18 goes 2, 9 to 27 goes 3. So you reduce it down as low as you can. So T4 over T3, remember that's T1, T2, T3, T4. So T4 over T3 is 24 over 36. Divide by 2 because it's even, so that's 12 over 18. And divide by 6, you get a 2 and a 3. And the ratio is 2 to 3. So what it means, if you take 81 and multiply by 2/3, you should get 54. So 3 into 81 goes 27. 2 times 27 is 54. So the ratio is 2/3. Again, a geometric sequence has a constant ratio. Which sequence is geometric? So the ratio of 3 divided by 1 is 3. The ratio of 9 divided by 3 is 3. And the ratio of 27 divided by 9, which is 3. So this, which one is, we say yes, and why? Because we have a constant ratio of 3 between two consecutive I try to spell consecutive now. 2 consecutive terms. Consecutive just left me for a while. CONSECUTIVE. Consecutive terms. And let's do number 2. Is it geometric? Well, a ratio of 8, which is T2 divided by 16, is 1/2. The ratio of 4, which is T3 divided by T2, is 1/2. And the ratio of 1 divided by 4 is, can't reduce it. So 8 divided by 16 is 1/2, 4 divided by 8 is 1/2, and we can't reduce this one. So it's no, because there's no constant ratio between consecutive terms. Now let's try number 3, the ratio T2, 6 divided by 2, which is 3. The ratio T3 divided by T2, which is 2. The ratio of 36 divided by 12 is 3. But again is no, because there's no constant ratio. Ratio got to be the same for each one. And so the only one that's geometric here is this one, where the ratio is 3. Again, 1 times 3 is 3, 3 times 3 is 9, 9 times 3 is 27. So this is geometric. So that's explaining what a geometric sequence is. It's the successive terms being divided, and you get the same ratio. And if you like my video, click the like button, click this subscribe button, and visit my math website, www.mathfullyexplained.com, to find more information about me, my videos, and the content that's on my YouTube channel called Math Fully Explained. Thank you for viewing my video. Bye-bye.